Hello and welcome to the Balancing Act New York edition. I'm Montel Williams. We're bringing you community stories and introducing you to businesses and people who are making a difference. So let's see who's making a difference right here in your neighborhood.
On this episode of The Balancing Act, resources and education to help support consistent bedtime routines for children. Let's visit with a family-owned jewelry store to find the perfect gift for that special someone. Dance, theater, voice, and music classes are offered year-round at this New Jersey theater. Plus lots more. Today on The Balancing Act.
What a great show we have lined up. Let's see what's first.
Ensuring children get sufficient quality sleep is vital for their overall health and development. However, not all children have the same opportunities or support when it comes to bedtime. Pajama Program is on a mission to make sure every child in the U.S., especially those experiencing poverty, sleeps well and wakes ready to thrive. Their mission begins at bedtime because tomorrow starts tonight.
For children who are experiencing poverty and for their families, there are really systemic challenges that are in the way of getting a good night's sleep, things that are environmental. One of our goals of Pajama Program is to raise awareness around why sleep is such a critical issue for children and why if they don't get healthy sleep, there are severe health consequences. We also need to raise awareness around the fact that sleep is a matter of social justice. Our mission is to promote equitable access to healthy sleep so all children can thrive. Our work, it begins at bedtime because we believe that tomorrow starts tonight.
Research states that children thrive on routine, especially as it relates to sleep.
Children love routine. They crave consistency. And if there's one thing that we can do for children at night, it's to implement a comforting bedtime routine. We provide the materials that children need, new pajamas, storybooks, teach children about bedtime routines and healthy sleep, and we do this through really fun and engaging educational programs. We work with the adults in the lives of the children that we're aiming to support. So anyone who can influence the bedtime routine of a child.
We do this through partnerships with mission-aligned community-based organizations across the entire nation. The root cause of sleep health inequities are many, unfortunately. There are anything from socioeconomic status to the neighborhood where you live in. If you have housing insecurity or you have food insecurity.
I notice when some of our students don't have a good night's sleep, they come in with low energy, they look tired, sometimes they're in a upset mood, they're unable to focus, and some of them complain either of having a stomach ache or a headache and not feeling energized to be able to work and get ready to learn. As a counselor, we make sure that we help our students academically, and the Pajama Program provides books and provides many incentives. We know the value of having our students read at an early age and having that comfortable pajamas that's gonna help you.
Pajama Program delivers thousands of cozy pajamas and storybooks for bedtime across the country. But their work doesn't stop there.
The workshop's called Bedtime Ready for Kids and Bedtime Ready for Families. We have classroom curriculum, which is the one that I oversee. That one is meant for early childhood educators. We also have our sleep and well-being professional development, which is meant for staff that work with caregivers and parents. And finally, we have our fostering sleep, which is meant for social service professionals, so social workers, people who work in foster care agencies, and their supervisors.
Bedtime paves the way for connection, that good, healthy sleep that we know children really need in order to wake up the next day and thrive.
What I love about the Pajama Program is the teachers are nice here and we got to read a lot of books. The biggest thing that I learned today is that sleep is important. What was really great is that I got to keep the book and I get to read a long story that would make me fall asleep easier.
Our returner rate of people who we re-engage with is really high, so we know that folks appreciate our program and that they're putting it into use.
This year, we're very excited because we have a plan to reach more educators and more caregivers than last year, an additional 100,000 children. We really rely upon the support, including financial support from our community. Together, we know that we can reach more families and children. We want our children to go to sleep tonight feeling safe and secure, energized and excited, feel joy in their hearts. And we want them to be able to reach their dreams and fulfill their potential. We want that for all children. That's why our work really goes beyond bedtime.
To learn more about Pajama Program, visit pajamaprogram.org or see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Up next, another story not to be missed.
There's a unique charm and authenticity associated with family-owned jewelry stores. Gravinese Jewelers of Pelham is a fourth-generation family business that will take the time to get to know you and educate you on how to select the perfect piece of jewelry for yourself or your loved one.
Growing up in the store was such a passion for me. It was the joy of my life. My grandfather started in 1917, and then my father was with him. When he came to Pelham, that's when I stepped in. I have two daughters. When the girls joined us, it was all natural, all from the heart. The jewelry industry has always been a competitive field, but we have such a personal touch here. When the girls joined, we decided to do a full renovation to make it more modern.
Gravinese Jewelers of Pelham is about thoughtful choices, attention to detail, and expert help in selecting pieces that align with your personality and budget.
Our grandfather Bob brought the retail side of it to Gravinese in 1964 by opening this retail store, and our mother took all of that to a new level. GIA stands for Gemological Institute of America, and they certify stones and also provide education. It's important to us that the customer really understands what they're purchasing. I go through the 4 C's on diamonds, which is the carat weight, the cut, the color, and the clarity. It's important for the customer to know that they can trust us because we've been here for so long and will be here for so much longer. There are various values that we place on jewelry. The values of that are very different depending on what the appraisal is actually for. We're really here for our clients anytime, anywhere we are, no matter what we're doing.
We have a full-time jeweler in our store. We can accommodate anyone with any budget. When clients come in, we want them to feel extremely comfortable working with us. We have an extensive inventory in store. We'll work with them to figure out what they're looking for, and we will work within their budget. We love getting to know people and their families. A lot of what we do is redesign, so turning old sentimental jewelry into something a little bit more modernized. A very popular trend for us right now is setting stones asymmetrically. One of my favorite pieces would be a diamond by the yard necklace. Every day something beautiful happens in our store, whether we're crying with our customers or laughing. It really is such a special feeling.
Educated, experienced, and passionate. For the family members of Gravinese Jewelers of Pelham, it has been personal from day one.
I've been a jeweler since I was 8 years old, and we've had this store now since 1964. I said to my wife, I'm gonna take a chance, and I'm gonna open up a store near home because I want the family to be close to me, and that's exactly what happened. One of the best things I can remember is when my daughter came in to work here. She was unbelievable. That made me so proud, and now I'm equally proud with my granddaughters.
This is not just a business to us. We get so close to so many people through this business. We're also involved in the community by donating pieces of jewelry for fundraising events. I have 2 children, and my son James was born with a skin condition called epidermolytic ichthyosis. There is a foundation called FIRST that has been very supportive to us. Recently, I joined a half marathon and raised money to support this group. We are also looking into expanding further our customer base through social media and also online through e-commerce.
To learn more about Gravinese Jewelers of Pelham, visit the website at legravinesjewelers.com or see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Need some inspiration? Look no further than our next story.
The world of the arts is like no other. It can transport you to different realms and make your emotions come alive. The lights, the crowds, and the sounds will captivate your senses and touch your soul. Are you ready to experience the magic of the performing arts?
The history of the bergenPAC started back in 1926. This was a silent film house. And then John Harms, in the 70s, opened this up as a performing arts space. A group of citizens, who now is our founder, said we need arts and culture in our community. And we're going to reopen this and revamp it as the Bergen Performing Arts Center. And that's at the point where we started doing big name shows. Tony Bennett, Aretha Franklin, among a few of them who were on the stage. We host over 150 events a year, and they range from a local group all the way up to Pat Benatar. We've had greats coming through, Glenn Campbell. We go from all types of genres, from rap, R&B, to classical music, to educational programming.
As a former county and state legislator, I have always been an advocate for the arts and arts education. Therefore, I'm excited to be chair. This theater is really basically our home, your home for the community. We foster diversity, equity, inclusion. And quite frankly, it promotes social justice and creates a more vibrant and beautiful community, or society, I should say. When you look at education in our public schools, unfortunately, the first thing that is cut is the arts. And so we're here to make sure that people understand the true benefits of the arts in children. And that arts education is so important, and so is the arts, obviously, for our culture.
With something for everyone, Bergen Performing Arts Center is dedicated to inspiring and engaging the community by offering a wide variety of performances, classes, and workshops.
Something that's really special about our students at our school is they study with us year-round in the summer and during the school year, and many of them get to perform on the big stage with major artists such as Foreigner, Christian Chenoweth, Patti LuPone. Some of our students even got to open for Jay Leno recently, so there's tons and tons of really amazing opportunities for kids to see what it's like in the real business. Every year, we award thousands of dollars of tuition value and scholarships for our students to be able to study music, dance, and theater.
I love being here. It's an opportunity for me to get New York-style training without having to commute to the city. It's like a family, I think. The students and the teachers as well. And it's also a place where you can just express your art and grow professionally as well. It's such a wonderful community, and I love being here.
Bergen Performing Arts Center includes a community outreach program that serves 15,000 students per year and counting.
Our outreach programs, as we're in 150 plus schools, and we do assembly programs, it's very rewarding. We do a lot of programs that have to tie into real life and pertinent issues that go on today, such as anti-bullying, human trafficking, opioid awareness. One really amazing program that involves the community here is our Voices in Harmony, which is our special needs program. Putting a program like that and bringing that into the community is a life changer.
I'm a hip-hop outreach / teaching artist, and some of the areas that I cover are spoken word, rap, teaching, learning, poetry, visual arts, wrapping it all up into one neat little package and being able to work with not only our younger audiences, which is elementary school, K through 12, but then also there are some special residencies where I work with the elders and the elder community as well. Thank you.
Be moved, be inspired, and be transformed by the sheer brilliance of artistic expression.
Come back to the theater. Watch live performances. There's something visceral that happens when you're here and you're seeing something live versus when you're seeing something on a screen. What happens to you as a person and when you're there with your family, they're experiences that you can't recreate digitally.
To learn more about the Bergen Performing Arts Center, visit the website at bergenPAC.org or see the segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Is someone you know caring for a loved one? You don't want to miss this.
Choosing to place a cherished family member in hospice can be a difficult and emotional decision. However, you don't have to navigate this journey by yourself. United Hospice is here to support you and your family at every stage.
United Hospice is about adding quality to our patients' lives. We strive to make the most of the time that someone may have. It's a real misnomer. Folks believe that hospice is only a few days. We strive to care for people for many months. We always hear from our families, we wish we called you sooner, because they see a great improvement in their loved ones' lives. And our staff is really gifted in providing the necessary support to families so that they can focus on the positive experience and not be fretting over what's coming.
Hospice isn't just for the final days or weeks. In fact, patients in the U.S. can be enrolled in hospice for at least the last 6 months of life. Entering hospice care earlier rather than later has many advantages.
Many people are living much longer now with medical advances. The unfortunate side is they're dealing with a lot of chronic diseases. Unfortunately, most referrals made to hospice are made very late in the course of the disease. It's never too soon to call for hospice services. The medical directors will determine if a patient is appropriate. We try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt and accept as many people as we can for the services that hospice can provide. The physicians here at United Hospice are experts in end-of-life care and well-trained to deal with a variety of conditions, monitoring medications, changing medications depending on the patient's needs.
At United Hospice, our nursing expertise is a hallmark. Our nurses here do a phenomenal job in providing care to the residents and the patients out in the community. We're not just focusing on the patient, we're not just focusing on the family. We focus as one all together, and we need to provide that support, and our nurses do it the best of the best. United Hospice is devoted to our staff, so our staff can be devoted to our patients.
Addressing the patient's physical and emotional needs, as well as supporting their loved ones with compassion and care, is a top priority.
The value that I have seen at Joe Rasso is how this team, holistic team, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, providing families an opportunity to have their loved ones, to have dignity and honor towards their end of life. And particularly me, coming from a spiritual background, recognizing the diversity and the sensitivity towards the culture they come from, we provide great respect and honor no matter what background they come from. I spend a lot of time mostly listening, valuing, respecting the various diverse cultures, religious backgrounds people come from here. I do not have any agenda, but just walk with the patient and the family member, respecting their beliefs and their traditions. And I value every member that walks in here.
When we first started dealing with hospice, it was a home hospice experience. The nurse would come over, the doctor would come over. When my mom came to hospice, the Joe Rasso house was built already. Tremendous facility. The care, the nurses, the administration, the clergy. If you're thinking about it, make the call. You won't be disappointed at all. As a matter of fact, you'll be so blessed that you came here.
My mom had been in and out of 3 nursing homes, I believe it was, prior to coming to the Joe Rasso house, and none of them can compare to what they provide here. My mom was taken care of right up until the last moments of her life. I don't believe there's anything as good as the Joe Rasso house, and I highly recommend that they do what they can to get their loved one into this facility.
At United Hospice, the goal is to bring comfort and provide patient-centered care, so you can focus on making memories with your family when time matters most.
We are able to keep families in their home, out of the hospital, where the patient wants to reside. We often hear from patients that are in the hospital looking to get out. They wish they called us sooner. We will move mountains to get a patient home. We work 24/7 and really demand the best for our patients. We make beautiful memories. We reduce symptoms. People are at peace and they're comfortable, and we respond 24/7, so it allows families to know that we're always there for them.
To learn more about United Hospice, visit the website at unitedhospiceinc.org or see the segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Folks in our next story are going an extra mile, so you can too. Check it out.
Driving your kids from here to there and everywhere can be a real challenge. As more parents juggle work and family life, the need for safe, dependable child transportation services has never been greater.
I started Kitty Cabs over 20 years ago, and it was due to me needing to service myself. My daughter and my son both were in elementary school at the time, and I needed someone to pick them up from school. Without having any family members or anyone available, I decided I would start this business because if I needed it, I know that parents needed it as well.
Now, more than 20 years later, with over 65 vehicles in their fleet, Kitty Cabs is your community's go-to transportation service.
We offer services to individual parents, community affiliations or organizations, to Board of Educations. We work with DCF, students that go to therapy. We bring kids to the IOP programs, several daycare centers, after-school programs, summer camps, just any organization that the parents need transportation to. Drop-off and pick-up services door to door. Usually the parents come out, they'll meet us, the students will come out, the driver's there to greet them, put them in the vehicle, make sure they're buckled up, and then we take off, and then we drop them door to door to the school or to wherever their drop off is. When they sign up for services, they give us the procedures for that pickup and drop off. Younger children, we definitely walk in, we make sure that an adult is present for pickup and drop off. High school students, they're like, hey, they can go in by themselves. We do allow that. Children with disabilities are welcomed. We transport to schools in the area that accommodate to those children. We have customized vehicles to aid those children. So if we have students that are in wheelchairs, we have young children that need car seats, booster seats, we accommodate all of that. And we also have aides that are available to students with disabilities that need someone in the vehicle with them to watch them on the transport. We have that as well.
Safety remains a top concern. Drivers are rigorously vetted and trained, ensuring they meet the highest safety standards.
We vet all of the drivers, from fingerprints to background checks to they have medical exams, everything that needs to be done that we can make sure that they're a good candidate for the job. They have training before they get the position to know exactly what they're getting themselves into, so they know if they're the right fit. So especially if they're transporting children with disabilities, they have a training for that. And then there's a training that we do every year. GPS and cameras are put in all vehicles, and it's a safety measure for everyone involved. All the drivers have to have an endorsement, a regulation that the state of Connecticut has put on all drivers that transport students.
I'm a kitty car driver. I've been here for almost 6 years, and I love what I do. I do speak both languages, Spanish and English. A lot of time I get students that speak Spanish only, so they feel comfortable sitting with somebody that knows Spanish. To me, driving students is not only driving them. When you have them in the car, that's your responsibility until you drop them off at school. So you have to make sure you do the right thing for them.
I'm probably the reason why Kitty Cabs has even started. My mom has needed to get me and my brother back and forth to school, from sports, from dance to after school activities. And now as an adult, I'm involved in a company that she started years ago. I feel like creating the trust between you and the parent, communicating with them, greeting them, being respectful, and just having the same respect that you have for the kids, for the parents. It's so important to adhere to the highest safety and health standards because the children's safety is our number one priority. It's important for us to make sure each van is cleaned out after each service and after the daily routines are done.
These real-life stories highlight the trust and confidence parents place in Kitty Cabs.
I started using Kitty Cabs because I needed a safe way to get my kids back and forth to school without the extra headache of the morning rush for me going to work. I was a little nervous, but the person that answered the phone was very welcoming. When I met the driver, they were very welcoming and friendly, and my kids have great experiences as well. If you're like me and you need the extra help, I highly recommend Kitty Cabs.
Skyla is the most precious person to me in this whole entire world. And I definitely wouldn't want just anyone to be picking her up or dropping her off. Kitty Cabs definitely has helped me and my family feel safe when it comes to her, so I feel like you would want to go with a company that makes you feel safe.
Well, here at Kitty Cabs, we like to give back to the community. We provide school supplies to students, book bags, notebooks, pencil, pens. Overall, we're just excited that we can help our community and help the students.
To learn more about Kitty Cabs LLC, visit the website kittycabsonline.com or see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Thanks so much for joining us on this local edition of The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.